Hey, what's up everybody? Video 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I got 13 minutes to talk because the other video is still uploading, and for whatever reason my phone is not retaining the power and energy that what do they call it? Memory, rather, that I freed up for whatever reason. So I gotta go in there and get rid of some caches and stuff like that. But anyway, man, feeling pretty hot, man. It's like 91 or so. It's not that bad, but it's only going to get progressively hotter over the next 3 days, so it's just going to be what it is. But you know, man, just thinking about everything that's going on in the world, man. As I left y'all a video a little earlier today, kind of touching in on everything that I saw you there, and it talks about what's going on with the circumstances in Gaza, you know, Sonia Massey and her killing, and all of the different stuff that's just happening that we're aware of, and just trying to shed some light on it, bring some light to it. And you know, I mean, I said something on a channel earlier today, basically saying, man, if the genocide didn't show y'all what y'all need to know about your two branches of government, two, not branches, but the two political parties, I don't know what to tell you. And I saw something online that basically broke down everything I already said. I'm not the only one that feels that way. Like, if you've been watching what we've been watching, ain't no way you trust either one of these political parties. Ain't no way you about to vote for either one of those two lesser or two evil people. Neither one of them any good. And that's essentially what it was saying. It's like, yo, I'm not the only person who can adhere to some logic around here, man. I'm really not. If somebody shows you who they are, you believe them. That's it. But you know, shout out to all the people who are trying to raise awareness, man, of what's going on, and try to normalize the conversation, try to normalize placing these conversations in places outside of the political category, so that we can actually care about them. You know what I mean? It's like, when you put it in political category, you got a good 80% of the people that don't care nothing about politics. So whatever goes in that political spectrum is not going to enter the equation for them. That's not a good thing. Not everything human is politics. Not everything that has to do with what our politicians are doing is politics. It's humanity. It's understanding of what is connected to what, and these various different things affect everything that goes on around us, and eventually will tell the story of what happens to our country and our fate, and how we are looked around the world when we travel, and how people will want to eventually hold us accountable for things that maybe we don't know that we're doing by not caring about certain things that have to do with them, but furthermore paying into it, backing ourselves in a position to be guilty. You know, so it's like we need to get aware of what's going on so that we can draw a line in the sand as it pertains to our individual selves and these things that the government is okaying and aligning with, showing people abroad a picture of you that ain't you, which is what I'm trying to express to people. Like, look, they going around signing bombs talking about America aligns with Israel. Do you fit in that category? Do you align with Israel when they're signing bombs? Signing that on the side of bombs, are they representing you? Because they're definitely not representing me. Talking about Israel has a right to defend itself and then proceeds to kill a bunch of children. That don't represent me. I don't stand with that. But there's going to be a bunch of people who are going to hate me because I'm over here. Whether I know about what it is that my country is representing or not, they're going to align me with it because I'm from it. Like, man, I didn't ask for any of that. I don't want any of that. I don't align with any of that. And I want my voice to be heard in the name of stopping all of that. So when you see Brandon or BDF 44, yes, I was an American citizen, but one that was using every day he could to represent his family and himself in a light that would make it so that you wouldn't align me with the wrong side of history on this genocide thing. So that you wouldn't think that I was fine with people killing children and mamas crying and suffering and all. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. The only to do I want to have with that is stopping it. That's it. And so when random Zionist A decides they want to sign the side of a bomb that they're going to plan on dropping on those people tomorrow, you best believe they ain't aligning with me, not this person. I don't want to have any part in their suffering at all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to die trying to protect a country that is either indifferent to their suffering or intentional on forcing them into suffering. I don't want that. I don't want to fall victim to being retaliated against because of the actions of this country or none of that. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm certainly not letting the lesser of two evils back me into it. Absolutely not. Not with any of that. So make sure while you're sitting in your spaces comfortable, know that they going over there, random politician, and telling the rest of the world that this is the stance you're taking as an American. By default, just because you over here and this is what they're showing everybody we're doing. I ain't doing that. This is what I'm doing. I'll never, ever side with anyone who is consciously harming children, bro. On no level. No level. Never gonna align with that. I don't care what political spectrum or color or religion, who was right or wrong in the conflict. I don't care. If a child has to be hurt, you're wrong first. I don't care if you're getting back at somebody or not. You're wrong first. And that's gonna be my mindset. Kids don't have any business being in grown folks' conflicts, being retaliation for grown folks' wars, paying for grown folks' problems on any level at all. And if we can't properly define what a child is, then there's something wrong with us. Y'all can have issues and be in a space where you're still trying to actively define what a grown man and a grown woman is. That's your business. I don't care for that. I'm not passionate about that. But when you start saying people who are under 21 are not children, or that they deserve to fall to the fate of what grown-ups are falling to, that's when I have a problem with it. That's when I have a problem with it. Or you saying we don't care about these kids because these kids over there with those people and could grow up to be this or that. Nah, I'm never going to be okay with that. Never going to be okay with that. The child can grow up to be whatever it wants to be, whoever it wants to be. And it don't have to align with its parents, its environment, any of that. It doesn't have to. The world can change around a child, and the child can grow up and be somebody totally different than what you think you're raising it to be. It don't have to be the terrorist that you think it's going to grow up to be. And any ideology or point of view that doesn't leave room for that is wicked in my mind. It's just wickedness. It's not deeper than that. It's just wickedness. That goes for anybody who feels that way on any side of any spectrum. You ain't allowing a child to grow up because you're afraid of what it's going to grow up to be. You're the bad guy, not the child. And that's something I'll stand on until I can't stand anymore. So that's what I have to say, man. Enough with this nonsense. I've seen too many kids suffering, seen the ungodliness in regards to babies' fates. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that a few people can dance around with their warped sense of self and sense of worth, and I'm supposed to align with that? That's craziness. And many will say the same thing about those people who want to define women and define men. But you're letting people who pray a certain way think that they're more important than everybody else for the sake of money and alignment and classism. You're crazier than any of those people. Any of those people you have a problem with defining themselves gender-wise, you're crazier than they are when you allow Zionists to move as if for every one of them that died, 20 Palestinians need to die. What kind of definition is that? You letting them define themselves as more important than everybody else. I'd rather you tell me you're a woman and be born a man than tell me you're more important than a Palestinian child. If we're gonna be honest about it. There are a lot of things that are weird in this world. There's nothing more weird than letting people slaughter children, torture children, and drop white phosphorus bombs on kids and burn their skin at 1,500 degrees just because they feel they have a right to hate these people beyond all measure. That is crazy. That's demonic, that's psychopathic, and that is exactly what a lot of ruling entities in place that keep this country, UK going, all Western worlds going. That's the type of stuff that they truly, genuinely believe they have a right to do, a duty to do. It ain't enough to kill these people, they gotta torture them. It ain't enough to torture them, they gotta terrorize them. It's like, man, if you align with that for any reason at all, you are a psychopath. No two ways about it. The absolute and utter monster. And not only do I condemn you, you need to be stopped. That's the reality of it. You ain't no different than any other terrorist that you define as a terrorist. You want to say Islamic is what you are? You could say that, but you're showing us who you are. And that goes for anybody who's on the side of them. Anybody who turns a blind eye while they do it. So that you can feel safe. Well, I like the world that they run. Even though they're baby-killing monsters who want to terrorize children for fun, capitalism allows me to be rich. You're a monster over there with them. If what it takes for your comfort to exist is for them to be able to do this, you are them. I'm not separating you. You're them. And whatever fate they fall to is the exact same fate you deserve to fall to. I'm not confused by that. I'm not going to sway from that. I ain't going to look at myself as crazy when I see you react to me saying I'm nuts. Saying that, it's not going to sway my faith in God or my faith in my opinion when I say that. I know I'm right. Anything that aligns with terrorizing children and harming them and putting them in positions to suffer limbs being lost and all that is the problem. Regardless of how today's people want to define that. Well, it's different because we see it differently, and so no. That just tells me I have a more evolved mindset than those who are thinking that way. You can be in the past. I'm ahead of your time, and you are a monster. It ain't deeper than that. And history is going to paint you out the same way it would any other damn monster. Y'all can walk around dystopian if you like. Whatever helps you sleep at night. When you go in the ground, your legacy is that of a monster. Know it. Know that. I'm telling you now. And so that's what I got to say. That's my exact thought, man. I'm disgusted with the world around me. Lesser of two evils. Feed me and mine and we're good. I don't care what happens to everybody else. Bull crap. I don't think about none of that. Fake religious people that want to say they stand for what good is, but then proceed to turn a blind eye to all of this. You ain't doing what God wants you to do at all. I'm not confused by that. Y'all can sit up here and say, oh, I'm preaching the word, but you're not living the right way. Because the right way to live in 2024 is to condemn this nonsense and use your voice against it to the best of your ability. Anything less than that, you're going to have to answer for. God ain't going to want to hear, well, you did okay. No, he ain't going to say you did okay because you didn't do enough. Babies were suffering, you were aware of it, you did nothing. That is it. That is your legacy. Each and every one of y'all being quiet, excluding nobody at all. Because if you're watching me, I've been telling you what's been going on for now almost 300 days. I've been telling you what I've been seeing, and it hasn't stopped at all. They're still doing the same stuff that they were doing on October 8th right now. I saw fresh, unalived children today. They're still doing it. They're not stopping. Which means each and every one of y'all are not doing enough. That's a bottom line, man. We all got to do more, man. That's it. And if you align with that, and believe me, you are part of the problem. If not the crux of it, at this point. BDF 44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.